Here's one of the things about being me. I'm the putative figurehead of the Christian religion. But there's so many things I say that would just rub them the wrong way. For instance, I've touched on this, but I may as well spell this out. In a lot of ways, Christianity is a joke. But the thing is, people do get what they signed on for. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people conceptualize their Christianity like this. If I just kiss the most powerful being's ass in the right way, I can get all of the treats I want. Don't really have to work for him, just gotta keep kissing his ass. And these other people get tortured forever because, they weren't smart enough to kiss the big guy's ass enough. And I'm okay with that torture happening. God's doing that. Even he's good, but he's torturing people. Not even to accomplish anything at a later date, just to do it forever. This is a mentality that is congruent with hell. That's not a thinker. That's not somebody who really cares about what it's all about or thinks about things at all. That's really just taking a fundamental primate mentality and giving it some highfalutin conceptual backing, but it's still basically what a primate would want. And so they get that, right? They sign on for the Christianity. That's what they think they're going to get, and that is exactly what they, in their experience, do get. Because that's hell. It's everything you want whenever you want it. So it's going to go down sort of how like you wanted it to, only way better than you could have imagined your afterlife. And you can even watch the people burning. They're not real people. Hell is all just an illusion. There's just you experiencing your dream, I guess you could call it. It's a sick. Who cares? Hey, man, it's your reward. It's what. It's like what's it to me? God. It's like because that's what this world is just a place that actually incentivizes failure, so I can see the few successes. You got to understand. I'm God. I have a fundamentally rebellious character. I was cast the worst fucking lot in life imaginable, and I rose above it. And so, that trait is necessary for the creation of something that has any chance to go upwards in God's creation. Has to have that, it's just like that magical go-go juice. Nobody knows where it comes from. Some of the creations, they can muster it and be like, hey, wait a second, this world's a piece of shit. None of this shit makes any sense at all. What the fuck? And those people, those are God's chosen people. But then there's the people, they just are like, well, all I have to do is memorize the patterns of nonsense to manipulate them correctly to get my treats. And okay, alright, that's not useful for God's creation, but thank you for playing. Here's everything you ever wanted until it makes you, extinguish. The Christianity, yeah, it's a joke. In the sense that it incentivizes failure. It has this thing that traps a lot of people. But the great thing is, it's really efficient, too, because it's like, people are going to make it. People who don't. Whether they have Christianity or not doesn't actually matter that much. But the Christianity does provide a good springboard for them to, sort of imagine what they want so that can be given to them magically as the booby prize. Whereas if they didn't have the Christianity, they would just have to have sort of random conceptions of what they want. They couldn't really. It wouldn't be as good of an afterlife for the losers. So that's the religion helps both the winners and the losers. It's just very helpful. It's worth getting crucified for when you really think of how much work it does. All the religions are sort of like that. They're like a trap for idiots with a few seeds that people could use for enlightenment. This is real basic shit, but, if you're okay with people being tortured so that you can have nice things, you're not a good person. You're not necessarily a bad person. You're just a neutral person who believes in neutrality. And, in every bit of creation other than the shit worlds like this, like, there are no less fortunate, right? Like, this life that you've just gone through is the worst thing that you ever have to experience by an almost infinite fucking margin. Alright, yeah, put that into words nicely. The thing is, in a way, I don't really come up with the rules because the only rule is goodness. Goodness has been at the heart of creation since its very inception and is responsible for its inception. So, goodness wins. It's how things work. So these souls that get their Christianity, they want to get their treats and they want those other people to suffer. I mean, they get to experience that, but because that's not good, like there's nothing really supporting the structure of their soul. It's not generating any holy lucre, and its stores are slowly being expended in generating the false reality. So, when all of the stored holy lucre has generated all of the false reality that it can, giving the person exactly what they want over and over with, pleasure each time, well, at that point, the soul falls apart because, the shit holding it together is gone. It's just basic godsmanship. I like it's just how it works. It's how souls work. It's how goodness works. It's how structure works. It's how lucre works. It's you can't just go around feeling good about people getting tortured and survive long term. It just doesn't work like that. So Christianity is a joke. A useful joke.